Do you ever feel like you can understand English speakers but aren't able to put your own thoughts or ideas into complete sentences? This is a very common problem that intermediate English speakers often have. Today, we're going to look at words to help you overcome this problem.
Linking words are extremely common words that fluent English speakers use to link words, ideas, phrases, and thoughts.
Being able to use the words we're about to cover flawlessly is a key step in going from intermediate to advanced English.
In this video, we're going to look at some of the most common linking words, as well as some more advanced alternatives.
We're going to start with some of the easier and more common linking words, and we're going to tell you what they mean, and we're going to use them in a few example sentences as well. We're going to start with the easier ones and work our way to more advanced linking words.
Our first linking word is one of the more simpler ones and one of the most common ones. And this linking word is and. And is an example of a conjunction.
And is one of the most common words in the English language. You can't really have a conversation without using the word and connects words of the same part of speech, things that are supposed to be taken together, jointly. It's used to link two words, phrases, or clauses. An example sentence is, we had dinner and we went to see a movie. So and is connecting we had dinner with we went to see a movie as well.
Another sentence with the connecting word and in it is, I had a hamburger and fries. Some words that are similar in use are along with, as well as, in addition to, and furthermore. So in the sentence, I had a hamburger and fries, I'm saying that I ate a hamburger as well as fries. So I'm connecting those two things together in one sentence.
The word and is one of the most common linking words. It's a conjunction. It's used all the time. So is our next one, the word or. Or is also a conjunction, and it's used to link similar ideas or possibilities.
An example of this in a sentence is, do you prefer coffee or tea?
So in this question, we're asking you if you prefer coffee or tea. So you have to choose one or the other. They're choices, they're possibilities.
Do you prefer coffee or tea?
I prefer coffee. How about you?
I prefer coffee in the mornings and tea in the afternoons. What about you? Do you prefer coffee or tea? Let us know in the comments below.
Another example sentence is, I enjoy breakfast, or, as it's known, the most important meal of the day. So the most important meal of the day is a synonym, or another way of saying breakfast. Some other words that are often used instead of the word or are if not, otherwise, either, or the phrase instead of.
So the next linking word is also a conjunction, and this word is but. So but is used to introduce a phrase contrasting with what already has been said.
An example sentence is, I was tired, but glad the work was done.
Another example is, you could drive, but a plane would be faster.
Some other words that are used as alternatives to the word but, to substitute for the word but, are yet, nevertheless, nonetheless, even so, and still.
The next linking word is then. Then is an adverb, and we're focusing on how it's used as a linking word. Then is used when talking about the order or sequence of how things happened.
So if something happens, a first thing happens, then the second thing happens, then the third thing happens.
Exactly.
An example sentence would be, I woke up, then had breakfast. So I woke up first. After that, I had breakfast.
Another example is I finished my work and then drove home for the day.
It's a good part of the day.
Yeah.
Some common alternatives to the word then are next, alternatively, later, afterwards, and subsequently. Then is a very common word. It's used all the time, and so is the next one. This is a very, very common English word. We use it all the time. It's the word because. It's also a conjunction.
A sentence using because is, I was happy because I got the job.
Because is used when you're talking about something that happened as a result of something else. So if something happened as a consequence or directly related to something else, another idea or another thought or phrase. Another example would be they missed the meeting because their car broke down. Some alternatives to the word because are since, as, for the reason that, and the phrase seeing that.
If you find yourself using because a lot in a sentence, it's good to use alternatives to diversify or change up your sentences a little bit. I know that even fluent English speakers get caught in that trap.
One thing that fluent speakers will often do when they're speaking naturally is use a variety of words that mean the same thing. They're using synonyms or alternative phrases or words quite often.
The next linking word is so. So is also a conjunction. It's also an adverb meaning very.
The word so is used in a variety of ways. I actually use the word so a lot at the beginning of a sentence. I often introduce what I'm going to say with the word so. You'll probably notice that in the videos that we do. But we'll use it in an example sentence as a linking word. My name was called, so I went up to speak. I went up to speak because my name was called. That's how they're linked. Some alternatives to the word so are therefore, for this reason, thus, as a result of this.
An example of a sentence with the linking word so in it is, I was hungry, so I grabbed a snack. I was hungry, so or therefore, I grabbed a snack. I grabbed a snack is a result of me being hungry.
Another very common linking word is the conjunction if. The word if is used when one part of a sentence is conditional on the other, if it relies on the other, or when it relies on the other. An example sentence would be, you'll get the job if you're good with numbers.
Another example sentence would be, I'd like to be there if she is.
Some alternative phrases to the word if are in the event that, providing that, as long as, on the condition that.
The next linking word is an adverb. This word is also. An example sentence of this is, she also wants to get a new phone. Also in this sentence means as well or to, or a similar meaning would be in addition to.
Another example sentence would be, they also thought she was funny. On to a more advanced linking word, the adverb particularly. Particularly is used to give special emphasis to something, to put a spotlight or to look at something to a higher degree. Some alternatives would be specifically and especially.
An example sentence using particularly is, you should eat there, particularly if you like sushi.
Another example sentence would be, I want to go to Rome, particularly in the warmer months. If you're finding this video helpful, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see our future content. On to the next linking word.
The next linking word is since. Since is a preposition, it's a conjunction, and it's also an adverb.
Since is used to talk about a particular time period in consideration. If we're using since, we're talking about the time period between when something happened and when you're speaking. An example sentence would be, I haven't been to the restaurant since it changed ownership.
Another example sentence using since as a conjunction is, I cooked her favorite meal since she told me she was homesick. Similar words would be for the reason that, because, as seeing that, given that, or considering that.
Another common linking word is during. During is a conjunction. During is used to refer to a specific time. So something starts and something ends. During is that time in between. You could say, the argument broke out during the party. So while the party was happening, the argument broke out.
An example of during in a sentence is, I had to leave during the presentation. Words that convey a similar idea would be throughout the course of or over a period of time.
Another example sentence would be, I listened to music during the train ride to work.
The next linking word is however. However is an example of an adverb.
However is used to contrast a statement with something that's already been said, or even contradicts something that's already been said. An example would be, I thought it was a good idea, however, I found out it wasn't.
Another example is, I like seafood, however, only when it's fresh.
Some alternatives to however are but, nevertheless, yet, though, even so. On to our final linking word of this lesson, and it's another advanced one. It's the word besides. Besides is a preposition.
An example sentence using the linking word besides is, she wants to do this with anyone besides him.
Some alternatives to the word besides are other than, apart from, and but for. Another example sentence would be, he's a great singer besides being an actor. Thank you for watching till the very end. We hope you found this useful. Until next time, keep learning.
And we'll talk soon.